Welcome back to Just Making It. Today, it's cloudy, it's windy, it's rainy, and it's cold. So I think what I'm going to do, I have a project, and it's right behind me. We're going to cut up this tree right here, and I'll show you how I'm going to move it. But it fell into the pasture. It fell to the left. If it would have fell to the right, it would have went over my fence, sorta. And I would have been able to just sort of push it into the woods. But what I need to do is I need to cut all this up, and I got to move. I'll cut up the limbs and I'll show you what I'm going to use to move this tree. Okay, this tree is down not too far from the fence line. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to pull two posts out, this one and that one. And we're going to put that tree right in this spot right here on the other side of the fence. There should be enough room. So let's go back up to the house and let's get started. All right, I got the grapple on. Now this is the first time that I ever hooked up a skid steer attachment to this loader. And you can see I don't have a good brace right here. It's just zip stripped. So I need to plug in these fittings from the grapple to the loader. We call this a third function. And if I go to the back here, the tractor, the way we got this set up is I'm just going to plug in these two extra lines to my last two outlets in the back. That's how we're going to operate that. Well, I just hooked it up. It was fairly easy. I have no pressure on these lines here going back to the tractor because they haven't never been hooked up, and it went right in. So we're good to go there. So now all I got to do is plug these two in right there. Okay, got all my lines hooked up. Now we can see if the grapple works. And you know, this here works the loader, and this is going to work the grapple up top. Well, I think I'm ready to go devastate that tree. What do you say we go give it a try? I have never worked a grapple in my life. This is the very, very first time. That's the first time I actually hooked it up. I got it at an auction. I want to do a lot of work with it. Let's see how it performs. And let's see what we could do with that tree in the back. Here's a good idea of how big this tree actually is. I'm standing right next to it. It's a big white pine tree and it's been here for years. But you can see how big it is. I got to get it out of the way. So I'm going to start on the trunk side here, and I'm just going to go ahead and start whacking these branches off, and I'm going to cut them down to the size that's suitable for my tractor. So let's go ahead and get started. Well, I got to start on the front of the tree here. I got some of these branches cut. My chainsaw's not running too good, but I'm going to go ahead and clear this out with the tractor now so I can get in further on it. Okay, you can see I got a good grab on these limbs here, but this one limb right here is not cut. I need to cut this, then I can break free. There we go. Now it'll go. Now that I got some of the branches cleared out of the way, I can get in closer and get the main part of the tree. That worked out pretty good. You could see now I could get in here and start whacking these other tall branches. Picked up the end of the tree here at the very end. I got it grappled. What I need to do, I need to saw. Okay, I got it grappled here. I got the end of the tree, the very top of it, but I need to cut this off right here, and I'll be able to take that whole thing. All right, now we're gonna pull it out. my game plan for tomorrow is I'm going to grapple this and cut it. And I'm going to keep doing it until I can't fit it in my grapple. But we could go quite a ways down here until we get to the fat trunk down below here. That there I'll just probably cut right in half, and then I'll be able to push it around. But yep, we'll continue on with this. Well, it's the next day and I'm down to the trunk pretty much. I got a few logs here to get on the bottom, but here's the fat part of the trunk, the middle, and I'm going to work on the end down here. So I got it grappled. I just need to take the chainsaw, cut this off. I tried to go in on the tree straight in here, but you could see I was getting stuck. We just had some heavy rain and I won't be able to go this route. So I got the tractor over here and I'm going to grab it on the end and pull it that way. I think that's my best bet. So I'm going to try to grapple it there and make a cut right in here and pull it out that way if we can. Well, I wish I had a little bit bigger chainsaw. You can see how big this trunk is. I got an 18-inch chainsaw. So I might have to go on the back side of it and I might have to work around it. So here we go. Okay, I got it broke from the stump. There's the trunk. I'm gonna take it and slide it right in the woods. Put it right over there. Got the biggest part of the tree in the woods. Look at that. All right, now we got 2 more pieces to get and we'll be done. Then a little bit of cleanup here and there. Well, guess what? I finally got that tree done. It's sort of fun using this grapple. I'm getting used to it. That's the first time I ever used it. So here's a little before picture of what that tree looked like. And here's what it looks like now. All there is a stump. I sort of chewed up the ground a little bit there because it was raining when I was doing this and the ground was getting soft. But that tree's tucked away in the woods there on the other side of the fence. So now we can leave the cows in here and we can get back to field work. We've got a lot to do. The weather's been not so good. A lot of rain, it's been cold, and we got a lot of planning to do. So thanks again for watching Just Making It, and we'll see you on the next video.